Okay, so here we are up on the roof. We've got some complaints of noises running around inside the attic. Now, first thing I always ask is, what time do you hear the noises? And the noises are usually around dusk and dawn, which tells me that they have squirrels. So before I even go over the top here and look to see the vents, I'm gonna guess squirrels. And of course, I look for chew marks on vents, and here we go. We've got one here and one here. So from this angle here, you can clearly see that the squirrels have chewed inside the attic through the vent here. And the reason why they choose these vents is because what happens is the animals come up on these roofs, they feel the warm air from the attic spilling out from underneath these vents, which is what these vents are designed to do. They're designed to keep your attic regulated for the heat. And so the cool air comes in through the soffit underneath, the warm air comes out through these vents. So when the squirrels come up on the roof, they get close to these vents, they feel that warm air coming out. They can't get in, so what they do is they start nibbling on the vent until they have chewed a spot big enough for them to slip in. And these vents they're pretty flimsy. However, even this vent here has been replaced with a metal vent, and I've even seen the squirrels chew through those metal. They're very light metal, so they chew right through as well and go inside. So what we're gonna do is we've got our trap door here. Now, we've got two vents, one here that's chewed through and one here that's chewed through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this one. We don't need to put a trap door on both the vents. So we're gonna put this trap door on here like so, okay? What that does is this creates a space right here where the squirrels can come out, and they can come through here, and when they come out, they're gonna end up coming through this door here, okay? So they come through this door, this lifts up, and there's a spring here that's gonna snap that back down. And when they come back in, they can't get back in. They end up going on top of the door, and they're not smart enough to sit back and lift it up from back here. So this gets them out of the roof, so they can't get back in. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these cages right here, okay? And we're gonna go and put these cages on all the other vents, okay? On the rest of his roof here, so that the squirrels can't chew any of those vents once they come out of this one. They're gonna be stranded. Now what they're probably gonna do is, this is a townhouse system here. So this roof to the squirrels is just one big tree for them. So as you can see, this neighbor here has a hole as well. And if we walk over here and we look at this roof over here, because we just did this house over here in one of my other videos, I already knew that this roof also has a vent that's been chewed through. So knowing that all these vents have been chewed through, my customer here is the one that's paying for me to get rid of the squirrels out of his house. And of course, the question always comes up, well, what happens when you get them out of my roof? Can they not go into one of the other roofs and then come across into my roof? Well, the thing is that inside the roof, okay, inside the attic right here is a concrete wall. So the squirrels can't get between the houses inside the attic. However, what they can do is out here where the roof overhangs, there's a soffit that sticks out about 1 foot past the exterior of the house. And that's where the squirrels can actually go back in that vent here. And when they go outside into the soffit underneath, they can actually travel through and then come back up inside his roof. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a soffit blocker here. We're gonna do another soffit blocker here, which separates the house between this roof and this roof, and this roof and this roof. And then we're gonna go ahead and put those soffit blockers as well in the front of the roof here, and then again over in the front of the roof here between the two roofs. So we're gonna put 4 soffit blockers. We're gonna isolate this townhouse and create a standalone roof system so that the animals can't go back and forth, and thus protecting my client from any further intrusions down the road. So if you do have any noises up in the attic, you're hearing those little pitter-patter feet, We are in January right now, which is the breeding season, and so the squirrels are getting frisky, making lots of noise up in the attic throughout the dusk and dawn periods of the day. Sometimes throughout the day, if it's a bitterly cold day or it's raining or snowing, they sometimes stay inside for the day, just like your kids will stay inside and watch TV, and these guys will stay inside for the day and make lots of noises. So if you do hear those noises, give us a call. We'll come out, we'll inspect the roof, find out where they're getting in, lock the doors. That's our policy, is a lock all the doors policy. Get that one-way door on, get them out. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4 squirrels, doesn't matter. They can all come out of this door at the same time, and one at a time, and then we'll come back. We'll remove this cage here, okay? We'll remove that vent. We'll put a new vent on so you don't get any water leaks. We're gonna end up putting a cage on this right now, but when we come back, we're gonna end up taking this cage back off, because remember, we gotta change this vent as well. We're gonna change this vent, we're gonna put a new cage on, and then this job will be done. Now you might ask, why am I not gonna change this vent now? Well, you see, because there is a hole in this vent and there's a hole in this vent. I don't know which one the squirrel is gonna try and come out. So let's say that we put cages on all these vents and we end up putting a new vent on here. Well, let's say the squirrel thinks that this is how they're gonna come back out, and they chew a new hole in the new vent, but when they come out, take this one for example, okay? If this cage is on here like this, okay, and they come out and they chew a hole in this vent to come out, and they get trapped inside here, they're gonna end up chewing the crap out of this vent, not being able to get out. They're gonna go back into the roof, they're gonna come back out of that one and come back outside. Now when I come back, that new vent that I just put on, I'm gonna have to change and put another new vent on. So I like to leave this vent as it is. I don't change it until the job is done and the animals are out. And then when I come back, this one might be chewed a little bit more than it is right now, but that's fine. So we're gonna go ahead, we'll change this vent, we'll change this vent, we'll put 2 new cages on, and the animals are now evicted and they can't get back in anytime down the road. Thank you very much and have a great day.